Hey YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Today I'm working on building an anvil stand. I'd much rather be doing some metal work, but I need to make my own tools, and here we go. So I'm using 4x4s, cutting to length. Choosing the proper length for your anvil is very important. So I ended up doing mine at 28 inches tall, and then you take off the height for your anvil. As in that photo, you want your fist to be right at the top of the anvil. It's too low, you get a sideways hammer strike. So here I've got the 4x4s cut. I ended up cutting 20 of them because I'm making them 4 wide by 5 long. Just sinking screws in at an angle. You make this first set, and then you move this off to the side and continue on the next set. So you're making basically like a sheet or a big plank. And once you've got all your sets made, you also just screw all those together. This is another option. This guy threw bolts through the whole thing, long bolts. It's a little bit expensive, but it is a good option. It's very strong. And like I said, this is 4 pieces wide by 5 pieces long. You don't have to go that big. You can do as small as a 3x3. I just really wanted the working space for my post vise. So here, you just want to pick out your lag bolts or an eye bolt. You want to go at least a 1/2 inch wide. I made the mistake of going with the 3/8 diameter, and it was just bending when I used the turnbuckles on the anvil. So go big, spend the extra money. They were almost $6 a piece, so I got cheap. And here you just pick out your turnbuckles. You only need a really long one if you're short on chain, but you don't need a huge turnbuckle for this purpose. So 4 of the eye bolts and 4 turnbuckles, and then some chain, and you're in business. And it's always good to have extra help around the shop. So here we got the thing all assembled. We're just drilling holes for the eye bolts. Put the eye bolts in down low, somewhere where you can still spin them. I put that one pretty low. Slap on your turnbuckles and then start tightening. And you want those chains to cross. You notice how this is going from left to right across the front of the anvil, back down. So install them in an X pattern. And then here's a final test. And I did opt to put some flat bar around here just to help squeeze everything together, since I didn't put long bolts through. And so all I did was score the end with a flat wheel cutting disc, and then bent that back, drilled some holes in it, and then I welded each side here and here. And it's plenty strong. I've been sucking up on this with a bolt, and it really just helps keep things together. Just a peace of mind. Some people do 2 sets or 1 set, top and bottom. I did put some wheels on it for ease of moving. This horn actually acts as a handle when you tip it back. Just got some 4-inch casters. Pick those up, or 6-inch casters, sorry, from Harbor Freight. Just a little bit off the ground. And then when you tip this thing back, you got the, like I said, the horn to hang on to. So one big mistake, as I've mentioned at the parts store, when I was showing you these hooks at the hardware store, I ended up going with 3/8. And this is actually bent up and out of shape. Those things are very weak. I'd go with a 1/2 inch minimum, if not larger. I was just being cheap. And this, I don't have super heavy turnbuckles on here. They don't need to be too heavy, but those hook points need to have a lot of strength on those. So it's been used for a few months now, and that's kind of where we ended up. So far, so good.